Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. To those of you who have subscribed and watched my previous videos, thank you so much. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Come on. In my very first video that I posted where I gave you guys a tour of my Airbnb, I promised that I would take you behind the scenes to show how I converted it from being like this to what it is now. So this is what it looked like when we got it from the developers. It was supposedly brand new. Well, it was newly built, but the finishing was quite crappy. As you can see, some parts of the walls haven't been rendered properly. There are a lot of cracks. The trimmings haven't been sealed, scratches all over the paint job, boards that seem to be coming off. Listen, it was just horrible. I don't know why developers do this to people, but if I were to sit down and list all the issues I had, even with things that you cannot see, trust me, we wouldn't be done talking about that for today. That's a story time for another day, and I really couldn't wait any longer for them to do the fine-tuning. I don't even know if they were going to do the fine-tuning at this point, because it was just promises after promises after promises. And honestly, I needed to get my business up and running because I have a mortgage to pay and I'm not earning from this property, so I needed to make it a real earning asset, not just through capital gains. So I had to take matters into my own hands and get the transformation done myself. So what you're gonna see is how I brought it from this to what it looks like, and at the end of the video you should also have an idea of what the cost will be to do a transformation and to learn how to get the transformation done and to furnish your home without having to break the bank. So if you are planning to do an Airbnb, this video will be good for you. It will give you some pointers. And even if you just have a house that you want to furnish, this will be a good video as well. So my first tip will be is to find inspo pics. These will give you an idea of the layout that you're going for. If you just go and randomly shop and buy all the things that look cute, you're going to end up with a whole heap of things that do not color coordinate and they don't complement each other. For tip number 2, ensure that you create a budget. The budget will help you to have an idea of how much you're willing to spend. And a lot of the times when you're shopping around, when you look on the prices of the actual things that you had in mind and what your budget is, you'll realize that, okay, maybe I need to do some tweaking because this particular item is out of my budget. So ensure that you have at least in the back of your head the amount that you're willing to spend. Tip number 3 is to shop around. Listen, I went to almost every furniture store in Kingston, and don't sleep on those Instagram stores either, because I found quite a few gems on those stores as well. Make sure you do the research, you look on online stores, you look on physical stores before you actually go and buy. I actually jotted down the cost for the different things at the different stores, and then I went back and purchased the things based on what was at the most reasonable price for me. The next thing is to learn to DIY and do some of the things yourself. If you employ a professional to do every single little thing, you are going to go broke, trust me. Well, unless you're rich. So I had to learn how to do many little things on my own, and check out these clips of the things that I had to really get involved with and get done and dirty and do them myself. That's my mom, by the way. She was there to help me every step of the way with this transformation. Shout out to her. No longer on the street. Oh, what I'm saying now. Please pardon my singing. I know I can't sing, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But music keeps you going. So this is me repainting the door and the door jamb, because we did all of that. Okay, so we finished the painting around the edge for the most part, but if you look, some of the paint came up on the wall. It was a messy job because we didn't have any tape. So I'm gonna put this, not gonna really burn on it, but we clean it up around the edge there, like that, to make it look like a fancier floor molding and to hide some of the imperfections. And we're gonna tape around, we're gonna paint around the door as well. And we got tape. What you're seeing is the aftermath when my mom and I painted the base moldings in black, and then the pieces of board that you saw in the previous clip, I bought those at the hardware painted them black and then attached them to the top of those molding, and it instantly gave it an enhanced look. But in this clip here, these moldings, I bought them online. They're made out of like I don't remember, it's kind of like a rubbery material, and I opted to go with this for the molding around the doorway here because I was over the other ones that I had to paint, and I had to apply the glue, and sometimes the wall wasn't flush, so it was hard to get all parts of it to stick. This was more flexible and easier to work with. I bought this on Amazon, and I think I paid like $15 for the roll. The strips that you saw before, the moldings that I had to paint, the board ones, those ones I bought from a hardware, and they were like $1,500 a piece, and each piece measured 10 feet. So in terms of price, there wasn't like a huge difference, and these already came with the adhesive on the back, so it was pretty easy to apply. As you can see here, I'm just stripping off the red to expose the adhesive and then sticking it onto the wall, and it worked perfectly. And months later, I can tell you it is still holding up. I've had no issues with it thus far. So after that, I got my grill main in, and I came up with a design that I wanted as well, and I kept it on theme with my black and white, and it cost me $180,000 to get all of the grill work done for the windows and the doors. Okay guys, so this is the wall before. Now I'm about to convert this ugly bathroom to something magical. So stay tuned. That's not all you're doing. Give it to me. Wanna come out? So what I'm doing here is applying peel and stick tiles to the walls. I didn't like how it was just bare and boring, and as I told you, the paint job was kind of crappy as well. So instead of getting a professional tiler in, I decided to go with these. They didn't look too bad, and they were cheap, and I could apply it myself, so I saved myself some money right there. I paid like $35 for a pack of this, and I used 3 packs, not 3 whole packs, but I had to buy 3 packs to get this tile job done, and it doesn't look too bad. It has been holding up well. I've probably had 1 or 2 spots where the tiles joined that have lifted up, and I just applied some extra adhesive because it comes with its own adhesive to the back. So I just applied some extra adhesive, and it's good to go. Furthermore, I plan to do over this entire bathroom soon because I want to take out the tub. I want to make it into a standing shower with a glass enclosure. So because I plan to do all of that, I didn't want to spend a lot of money now to do tiling that I know would be temporary, and then when I do the transformation, I'd have to spend a whole lot of money again. So I went to the cheaper option now that would enhance the look, and as I said, later on in the future, I'm gonna do a complete transformation, hopefully in about a year's time, because I have a lot of stuff I want to do, but you have to take your time. As I said, you'll go broke trying to do everything at once, and Rome wasn't built in a day. So I have things straddled in terms of when I'm going to do what. So this isn't in the immediate future plans. This tile job here was also very quick and easy to do. If it wasn't for running out and having to buy another box and waiting for that to come in, I would have probably been done with it in 2 days, because I initially started it in the dead of the night. But it was pretty quick and pretty easy, as you can see here. So just like that, I was done. I'm gonna put this right here, I think. I hope. Okay. Alright, you can only put this on once, so I'm eyeballing it, trying to make sure it's straight. This is to make sure every air is gone. Oh, this feels firm. God damn, I can't even take it back off. So if it's lean, it's gonna have to stay lean. Wow, this is so firm. This is not coming off. This is some super glue shit, man. So here I've added some other little finishing touches. This is an adhesive shelf, very sturdy. You can see me testing out it there, and very nice. So I put that in the bathroom to, hold the body wash, etc. And then here I bought this tissue holder, which also was attached by peel and stick. Listen to me, ladies, the peel and stick things are your way to go, because then you don't have to call somebody to drill every little thing. And from my experience, these men are charging anywhere between $500 to $1,000 per hole that they have to drill. So if something you have to put up, like a little shelf, has 6 holes, they are going to charge you $500 to $1,000 for each of those holes. So trust me, the peel and stick stuff are the way to go, and they hold up, because I have yet to have anything fall down that I've put up, and we're almost at the 6-month mark. These are peel and stick tiles again that I'm using for the backsplash in my kitchen. These are a little more expensive. They were like $50 per box. Similarly, 10 tiles came in a box, and I needed 3 to get this job done. These were more expensive because they're thicker, and unlike the other one that I use for the bathroom, which has more of a wallpaper kind of density, this one is thick to the point where you have to cut it with like a knife. The other one you could cut with a scissors, and it's water resistant as well. So when any little things splash up on it or get dirty, it actually wipes off pretty easily, and it functions just like a regular tile. When I checked out the prices of these tiles, like if I were to buy the pack of marble tiles, I would probably look on spending an additional $30,000. Not to mention what you'd have to spend on buying tin set and paying the tiler to do it. So I saved quite a few money from doing this part of it myself. Told you guys, DIY your things, that's the way to go. I'm gonna leave this part last and just put this on here now, and then I'm gonna cut this out. I know exactly where it needs to be cut. Get it perfect, and then so I know exactly where it needs to be cut. Like that. And I'm going to cut it and do it right now. Oh, there we go. I was like, what? That computer says not quite perfect, because apparently it isn't quite flushed, but it's pretty good if you ask me. You do that little cutting and I'm good to go. Finally, got it. I'm here now with the final piece of the puzzle. So what I love, it's really solid. Use that tile and you can wipe it off. If it gets dirty, like, it's not gonna end up getting all wrinkly and stuff like paper. It's really good, whatever material it's made out of. There are some obvious spaces where you join the tiles. Some of which is outside of my control. I'm about to fix that with some grout. So I bought the grout. The grout was pretty cheap. It was like $150 for the bag. And you find an old pan and an old spoon and you mix it up to this consistency. I think I added a little more water, but you don't want it to be too soupy, because it should be thick enough for you to wipe it across the tiles without it falling off, but thin enough so that when you wipe it across the tiles, it falls within the cracks. I didn't record myself doing it, but this is kind of what it looked like when it was done. And I put that little strip at the side, and I went back in afterwards with some more grouting to fill out that space between the strip and the tiles. So this is me DIYing again. The cupboards weren't the exact true black color that I wanted. It's hard to tell from this video here, but they had more of a black with a brownish undertone, and I wanted them to be true black. So I just went back over them and painted them with a nice tin of black paint that I bought for like $3,000. Paint was a little expensive because I had to get, you know, one of them nice good quality paint that I say will help keep termite away and won't mold. And yeah, so that's the one I bought for the little quartz. But when I was done, I got the look that I wanted, so I was pretty happy with it. Yes, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh only day of the year. I really don't know what that song says. Something, 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 and something, something, something else. Something, have no fear. So I'm waiting for that part to dry. See, you can still see some white marks, but the streaks for the most part are out. I've done this part already. And here, ooh, so nice. From here and there, that's drying. Yeah, so it's always been drying now. Alright, so I got the guy in with his drill, and this is us getting the shelves together. The shelves that you see at the front of the house. So this is a corner shelf right here, and then we have the big floating shelf at the bottom here. This was not actually a floating shelf. I transformed it into one. So what I did was bought like the boxes that they put together and make into bookshelves, and transformed it into the floating shelf for my entertainment center, because those entertainment center shelves were super expensive. Everything was like 80 and 90 and $100,000, and I paid like $57 for this on Amazon. The most expensive part of it was bringing it in because it was a little heavy, so I paid like $7,000 to clear it. But regardless, it still turned out way cheaper for me. And those corner shelves there, I think in total I paid like $30 for those. $30 US. I also brought those in from Amazon and shipped them in. So yeah, sometimes you just have to get inventive and creative to save some money. So I'm gonna put a hole in here so that I can put the plugs through it and it's neater. So this is just us putting pieces of furniture together that I also bought online. This is the entranceway table, and this was super cheap too. I think I paid like $40 for this one. So as I said before, shop around. Don't stop till you find the deals. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So on to the dresser now. This was very interesting. I bought this damaged one right here. As you can see from the inspo pic, this is what I really wanted my dresser to look like. And based on that price there, that was $87,000 plus tax. So I got this damaged one from Kemlani, I believe. So this would have been damaged in transit, and they just had it there on sale for $20,000. I decided to take it and give it a little TLC and transform it into the dresser I wanted it to be without spending $80,000, which with taxes gonna be like $90,000. So this right here is the process of me transforming it. I was just sanding it down because it had a lot of warping on the top. And after that, I got some pieces of tile that I bought from Active. I believe I paid $4,000 for the tiles, and I added the tiles to the top. And then this strip here, which is the closest I could find. This is actually a tile strip. Closest thing to this. But it's not bad. It's a little off, but it's not bad. And I couldn't find any plain colors like this. Everything was like in silver, so this is the best it's gonna get. But it'll work from this distance, is it? It'll work. This is gonna go around the edge of the drawers, and then I'm gonna try and get some paint in this creamish color, which is kind of between these, and touch at the sides where you see the gray, and then change these. So that's the plan. Let's see. So I actually ended up finding plain gold tile strips, so I didn't bother to use that marbling one that you saw, and I decided to go in with the gold on the edges. Where I showed you I would have put the marble one. So this is me cutting it. Boy, there's something I did dull. So it's giving me a warm time because The strips were made of metal. And the strips weren't expensive either. It was probably like $400 or $500 for them. So this is just me cutting it, and then I'm gonna put it around the edges to make it look more stylish. So you're gonna see the finished product of the dresser at the end of this video. This here was my plant stand. I didn't take videos of me putting it together, but I just loved the way it looked. And if you look back at my inspo pics, you can see that that's where I'd gotten that idea. So back to the bathroom. No, I had to circle back because I realized there were way too many scratches in the tub. Initially I thought it was just dirt and I'd wash it and it would go away, but it didn't. So I had to buy this thing here on Amazon again and give it a little spray over. So this is what it's looking like now after I did that coat. How awesome is that? Looks really good. There's a shadow, my shadow. I'm trying to let you see without the shadow. I also decided I wanted a fancier shower head. So I wanted the reinforced shower head and the handheld shower head combination. So I bought this one. Yes, you guessed it, off Amazon as well. This was also pretty cheap. I paid like $35 for the. So you see, it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money to really upgrade and enhance the things in your house. Sorry for the attire. I was going to take a shower, and then when I was about to step in the shower, I remembered that I had the shower head. I wanted to change it, so I just decided to get it on right away. You'll realize in these videos that I'm getting done and dirty minute in a dolly business. Come to work, anything goes. You had a wrong part and handle the right part, so I'm just gonna dry this off. Make sure it's clean. For the honest and adhesive. So here we're getting the AC installed. This is the exterior part of the work. AC, I paid like $56,000 for it at Price Mart, and I had to pay the guy like $20,000 there about to install it because there were no wires ran in the house for the AC unit, so he had to do all the wiring from scratch. Right here, so now I'm doing a little cleaning up and fine tuning. As you can see, when they use the silicone to seal the baseboards around here, and this is probably one of the only places that they even sealed the bottom of the baseboard. All the other places had huge gaps that I had to take the silicone and go on it and do it myself. So right here, so now the silicone create a little mess on the top, so I clean it up. So there was a whole heap of little things we had to do to make this place look decent. And now I'm just going over the base moldings with some paints because once again they look discolored, very bad color, and I don't like that for me. So we're repainting right here. So this is me putting together the little lamp that we have in the bedroom, and this lamp was pretty cheap. I paid like $10 for this lamp. Amazon again, and brought it in. I got this lamp and this little side table temporarily because this is not really the vibe I want. I didn't want to spend too much money on them because I am going to be changing them out soon to floating night tables with fancier lamps that probably are attached to the wall itself, but we'll see. Here I am building my headboard. So if you saw my inspo pic, which I'm gonna insert it right here right now. So this was the headboard look I was going for, but everywhere I went, the headboards alone would run in $40,000-$50,000. There were some places that would have some for $35,000, but it wasn't necessarily the design that I wanted. So took matters into my own hands and decided that I was going to build it myself. I already had the plyboards, which is the main backing part of the headboard. I had those at home from other projects that I'm doing, so that didn't cost me anything. The padded part in the middle of the headboard, which you're gonna see soon, I bought those off Amazon. I believe I paid like $60 for those. And the molding that goes around the perimeter of the headboard. I bought those from Home and Things, and I think I paid $1,800 for one, and I bought three. And I still have a really big piece left of the third one, so two pieces can actually do it. But I made mine a little bigger than the actual bed because, as I said, I wanted to drop two lights to the side of it. I haven't bought them yet, but circle back, you're gonna see that probably later on, because I am going to do another video later on to do some updates to the Airbnb. So unfortunately, I didn't get to capture the entire video of me making the headboards because my phone ran out of space. I didn't realize. So I don't have much footage of it, but I am going to make another one for my room because I love it so much. So if you are interested in seeing the full thing and how it came together, then you let me know and I'll record it and post that in another video. So with the padding and the molding and the glue and the strips and everything I bought, this headboard probably ran me $20,000 to build. So not a lot of savings from the ones that cost like 35 or 40,000, but it was still worth it to me because I enjoyed doing this. I kind of got the look that I wanted and the color that I wanted, and it was done to my specification and liking. So I don't mind this at all. I would do it again, and once again I still saved some money, so I can't complain with that at all. Finishing touches here, adding another peel and stick. Peel and stick is just my go-to, guys. So this is a peel and stick gold strip, and I did 2 pieces on this side and 2 pieces on the other side to get the finished look. And same with the dresser, you're gonna see the entire thing at the end of the video, which is close, so stick around. I also used some of the black paint I had left over from doing the cupboards, I think, so it didn't cost me anything extra to get that, and I used that to go right around the edge of this thing to give it that black molding look that I wanted. So the last thing I can be seen doing here is putting on some door handles, because the doors they gave us didn't come with handles and it was a little difficult to open and close. I'm not gonna lie, they weren't put on perfectly because I needed to put some plugs in the doors, because apparently they were hollow, which I didn't realize until I started drilling, and the drill bit that I had could not work for the plugs that I had on hand. So I just had to make this work, and it did. For now, it's, you know, it's stable, but I think it's probably gonna give way soon, so I'm gonna fix that. But what is important is that I know how to use a drill. It's just that I don't own one, but I'm gonna get one soon, because this little job here, somebody was charging me $2,000 for each handle to put it on, and I paid like $700 for the handle. So I borrowed a drill and did it myself. That's what I mean when I say you learn for the things, you save money, because these people with the drill, man, listen, if you want a side hustle, get a drill and learn how to drill holes properly in concrete and everything else, and learn how to put up shelves and learn how to put up curtain rods. It's a side hustle you can make some money from. So as a man, I feel like you must own a drill and learn how to use it. Believe me, it will work out for you. Another peel and stick, guys. I told you you can't lose to the peel and stick. And this little gadget right here was like $5, I think. Yeah, like $5. And it's really cute and it works really well. And once again, it's still holding up. So I told y'all peel and stick is the way to go. We've come to the end of the video. This is the sum total of all my handiwork. If I were to give you an overall amount that I spent on getting everything done, some things, you know, you really lose track of, and some things you don't want to even be reminded of what you spent because you don't want a heartache. But in terms of the major furniture and appliances like my couch my refrigerator, my stove, and microwave. Those things together all came up to $375,000 Jamaican. Listen, when you hear me talking about $1,000, I'm talking about Jamaican. When I'm talking about the $50 and the $30, I'm talking about US. I'm sorry I didn't make that distinction earlier, but yes. So those came up to like $375,000. The couch was from Ashley, if anyone wants to know. Refrigerator from Quartz, I believe, and the stove from Kemlani. So like I said, I shop around. And in terms of what I spent to buy the different things I bought online, plus all little things I bought to build the furnitures that I built, or to fix up the things that I fixed up, I'd say I spent about 2,000 US dollars, which is like 300,000 Jamaican dollars, depending on the exchange rate you're using. But with that and what I had to pay to get the grill work done, and what I had to pay for labor in terms of installing my AC, which I had to buy, installing my hot water heater, which I had to buy because the house should have come with a hot water heater, but to date we have not received it either. So I had to buy that up front out of pocket, and I had to pay for other little things to be done, like putting up the curtain rods and the shelves and all those other things. The total I would say is about $1.1 million, and that's Jamaican dollars, of course. For US, the equivalent would be about 7,300 thereabout, depending on what exchange rate you're using. I know this may still sound a little steep, but as you can see, I did a lot of things myself, and this is what it still came out to be. So you can imagine if I had gotten somebody in to do every little single thing, or if I had bought every little single piece of furniture, you would be looking at significantly more, I think. Bear in mind that I only furnished one bedroom. Had I done both, I would be looking at adding maybe another $200,000 to that amount, give or take. So it could actually have ran me a lot more. You can obviously go much cheaper if you wanted to, but I wanted to get proper appliances and proper furniture in terms of my couch. So those things I spent a little more on, but the other things that I could save on, I really did. Even that mirror you're looking at in the living room, I made that as well. I don't have the clip recorded of me making it, sorry, but cost me about $20,000 to make it. If I were to buy it, I would have been paying $30,000. So all these savings of $10,000 here and there, they add up and they make a difference. Unfortunately, I can't attach links to these things in the description box below because I am not verified, and you either need to become monetized or do some other things to be verified, which YouTube has not allowed me to do just yet. So you guys have to help me to help you. But if you do see anything here that you want some information on in terms of where to find it, you can reach out to me on IG. It's Lady Shakz, LAY_DSHAKZ. All right, thank you for sticking around. Remember to subscribe and like and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.